Salute family, this is Sergeant First Class Bennett. I am your host. This is Your Army Now, and it is Friday Eve, which I call Thursday. I can smell the weekend. Smell it? Yes. Or maybe it's just the coffee, I don't know. Anyway, I need my music. Come on back.
Coming to you live from the NorCal studios in Sacramento, California, this is Your Army Now.
All right, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. This is Your Army Now, as you already know. All right, so this is the time when we do what is called police call. Again, hashtag police call. We're gonna really get this to stick. What a police call is in the Army is when we do house cleaning, all right? If you hear the word police call, that means we're cleaning up house. So that means here we give information, we do whatever we need to do to get you caught up on what's going on in your Army now. All right, so yesterday's episode was interesting. It was a really good episode. You probably missed it because of the great Facebook outage of 2019 that affected everyone. Everyone is running in the streets wild because of this Facebook outage. All right, it's okay. We have the episode for you. You need to check it out. Go to the link below and you can see the episode, or you can just go on YouTube and catch it. The episode still exists. But basically what we talked about yesterday was we talked to a former NFL player who is now a recruiter. His name is Sergeant First Class Hayes. Sergeant Major did an excellent job at interviewing him and getting his life story, and it was pretty interesting. It was cool. All right, so he's now a recruiter and he's here. So check that episode out. I really loved it. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is I want to give thanks to Sergeant Stroop, who she is a reservist. She came in 2 days ago and did our Women's History Month episode, and we will hopefully have more females doing Women History throughout this month, and maybe a permanent female face will be here, sitting here every once in a while. All right, so that's what that is. So give thanks. Thank you, Sergeant Stroop, for coming in and doing our Women's History episode. All right, and if you are looking at this episode or our show, this is Your Army Now, if you're looking at it and you have ideas, please feel free, give us your ideas. We're looking for ideas to do on this show. If you think that we're not covering something or we can do it better, go ahead and put your comments in the link below or the comments section below, and give us your ideas. We're open. Our egos are not so fragile that we'll be affected by it. So come on and give us some information and some ideas. All right. Also, today's episode. Let's talk about today's episode. All right. Today is all about the Golden Knights. We have a recruiter right now who was a former Golden Knights. Some of you are probably saying, who are the Golden Knights? Are they from a TV show or whatever? You'll find out who the Golden Knights are. Stick around, you'll see who the Golden Knights are. Sergeant Major Nelson is going to do an interview with our recruiter who was a former Golden Knight and now a recruiter. So check it out. Also, coming up in a few weeks, we have at Travis Air Force Base, it's going to be a Travis Air Show. We're going to be there covering it. So look for us out there. We're going to have a table set up. We're going to have some recruiters out there. We're going to be out there. Just look for us, and we're going to be out there with our cameras. And we might be doing matter of fact, I'm going to make an executive decision. We will be doing a remote broadcast live from the Travis Air Force Show. And it's on March 30th to the 31st. So check us out at Travis Air Force Base, and that's what's going to go down. All right. And also later on, we're going to talk about bonuses. Who likes money? Who don't like money? We all like money, right? But I want to say something about that though. Even though that we offer money and bonuses to join the military, that is not the only reason why you should join the military. We have so many different reasons, all right? But it's there. And I also want to mention this. We're talking about this now on this date in March. You know, by the time you see this video, this could go away. We don't know. The bonuses come and go. We may have it when you're just go into, if you're interested in finding out more about the bonuses that we have, which we'll talk about later, go into your recruiting office and ask about it, because it changes. Everything changes around here. So, you know, but that's what we're all about. We're about change. We're about being flexible, about being leaders. We are the Army, and hey, be a part of us, all right? So I'm gonna take a break right now. I'm gonna go to a quick commercial, then we're gonna jump right into Sergeant Major's interview with our former Golden Knight, and then come on back and we'll talk about bonuses. This is Your Army Now. I'm Sergeant Bennett. Check us out. Come on back.
Until soldiers grow wings, their parachutes must be dependable. This undeniable fact underscores the importance of ensuring every parachute opens as planned. There is no room for error. As a soldier working in Military Occupational Specialty, or MOS, parachute rigger, you will earn and wear the red hat with pride, knowing once fully trained, the safety of your fellow servicemen and women depends on you.
I take a lot of pride in being a parachute rigger. We make sure that the supplies gets to whoever it needs to get to in the line of battle.
Before training in this MOS, you must first qualify as a military parachutist at the Airborne School at Fort Benning, Georgia. You will then receive 13 weeks of training at the Parachute Rigger School at Fort Lee, Virginia, in the exacting art of parachute rigging, the folding of a parachute's gores, placing the folded chute into the deployment bag, and finally, stowing suspension lines and static line.
To become a rigger, you have to learn how to do knots and packing, as well as rigging up different supplies for airdrop. So it's not just people, it's also supplies.
Once you've mastered this process, you'll jump with a chute you packed yourself. This is a rite of passage each trainee must complete. During your career, you will jump at least once every 3 months to keep your parachute rigger and jump status current, and to reinforce another promise in the Rigger Pledge. I will stand ready to jump with any parachute which I have certified as properly packed.
It's important for me as a rigger to stay jump qualified, because if you don't jump, you start to lose your bearings on why your job's important.
I chose to become a parachute rigger because I like excitement and adrenaline, and I get to jump out of planes.
Personnel chutes are a large part of a rigger's responsibility, but rigging cargo chutes is equally as demanding. During your rigger training, you will pack cargo chutes ranging from 12 to 100 feet in diameter. Chutes capable of suspending 40,000 pounds. In addition, you will load and rig all types of supplies and equipment, and participate in at least 2 airdrop missions with loads you have rigged yourself.
As a rigger, we do a lot of things. We pack parachutes for airborne infantry. We pack parachutes for special forces. We set up cargo drops for disaster relief and resupplying units.
In addition to packing chutes and rigging equipment, you will train to repair and inspect all types of parachutes. After your initial training, airborne training, and advanced training, your duties may involve sewing canopy patches, repairing suspension lines, or replacing canopy sections and gores. Serving in this MOS can help you transition from the military to the civilian FAA employment sector.
Being a soldier prepares you for the civilian world with discipline, responsibilities, as well as courage and leadership.
Earn your wings with a challenging Army career full of action, and live by the motto, I will be sure, always.
Hey team, what's going on? Sergeant Major Nelson here, Your Army Now. I am in Eureka, California. Pleased to be sitting here with Sergeant First Class Promotable. This is where we shake hands. Sergeant First Class Promotable Peregrine. And he's going to talk to us, we're going to do a little interview about the United States Army Parachute Team, right? Did I say that right? Which he was a member for 7 years. You know them as the Golden Knights. Sergeant Peregrine, I appreciate you taking the time to sit for this interview. So, a little bit about you. You're from where? Been in the Army how long?
So I joined the Army out of Portland, Oregon, MEPS. I grew up in Oregon. I've been in the Army about 18 years. I'm a 19th Delta Cavalry Scout, eyes and ears of the battlefield.
Excellent. And so, we talked earlier, and you talked about your experience with the parachute team, or the, I guess we should say Golden Knights, so we keep it so you guys understand what we're talking about. Explain a little bit about that experience. How did you get selected? How do you become a member of the team?
So every summer, the team accepts applications from individuals that would like to become members of the team. Prerequisite is you have to have 100 free fall jumps. Those can come from the military side of the house or from a civilian drop zone. So every summer they accept packets. They review those packets and decide who's going to come to the selection. If you get selected to attend the selection process, you come to Fort Bragg, North Carolina for about 2 months, September through October. And it's an 8-week program where you jump 6 days a week, so it's pretty intensive, physically and mentally.
We got, I got to interrupt. We got great background music. You may have heard it over there. A little Linkin Park, right? Playing, that's my ringtone. So sorry for that, but we're going to continue on. So we were at Fort Bragg for 2 months of training and then something.
We're at Fort Bragg for 2 months of training. Those that are still standing at the end of the program are assigned to one of the 2 demonstration teams on the team. And from there, you immediately go down to Southern Florida for 2 months for an additional 2 months of training. So you'll go through about 4 months of training before you'll ever do anything with the team. And that can be 400 to 500 jumps and 10 to 15 hours behind a microphone and in front of a camera. Just get you ready.
That's awesome. Sounds crazy to me. 400 or 500 jumps. Now, you mentioned that you have to have 100 free fall jumps, either civilian, military, combination of the 2. Now, obviously, a civilian can't be on the team, I wouldn't think, right? You apply through the military. You're already a soldier, and then you apply, right?
That's correct, Sergeant Major.
Okay.
You already have to be an active duty soldier in the ranks of E3 through E7 to attend the assessment and selection program.
Okay, now, as far as the Golden Knights are concerned, what is the mission? Why do we have the Golden Knights?
So the Golden Knights have a threefold mission, actually. One is to compete and win at national and international competitions. So that's the competition side of the house. And then we have a mission of supporting DoD special operations free fall programs, whether that's canopy work, free fall or wind tunnel. And then the third part of that mission is to just share the Army story with the American public. And we do that in 2 ways. The first one is we have 2 demonstration teams that spend about 240, 250 days a year on the road performing in front of the American public. And then we have the tandem orientation program, which is a section of the team comprised of about 12 soldiers, and they travel around the country as well, just sharing the experience of free fall with community influencers, politicians, teachers,
Sure.
People like that. Just get them exposed to the Army community.
Okay. So here you get the last 30 seconds before we run out of time. Just tell us about any experience, like your most memorable experience as a member of the team.
Absolutely, Sergeant Major. One of my most memorable experiences, and I know you were a Yankees fan, got an opportunity to do that show twice. They have a military appreciation game every year, and they bring one of the demo teams up, and we jump into Yankee Stadium before one of their ball games, and it's an amazing experience. It's a great organization. They take really good care of us. They contribute a lot to veterans organizations, and the crowd's amazing. When you fly up over that stadium, you can just feel the crowd reverberating in your chest, and you land in there. Got a great shot of me standing right behind home plate in front of the Yankee symbol, right behind home plate there, sleeping the crowd. So that's probably one of my most memorable experiences jumping into Yankee Stadium.
Well, Sergeant Peregrine, I know your time's coming to an end here in Recruiting Command because you got to get back to your MOS and lead soldiers as a First Sergeant. We certainly appreciate it and appreciate your time on Your Army Now. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Sergeant Major.
So there it is. Maybe the only way I'll get into Yankee Stadium these days, if I don't want to spend the money, is I have to join the parachute team and jump in. Probably not going to happen. Anyway, team, on the other side of the break, we're going to answer your questions. You're listening and watching Your Army Now.
Since the dawn of modern warfare, commanders on the battlefield have relied upon their most agile warriors to keep their eyes on the target, engage the enemy, and know the enemy's every move. With the readiness to accept a challenge and stay sharp in the face of danger, the soldiers of Military Occupational Specialty Cavalry Scout are invaluable assets to our nation's Army. Recognized as force multipliers, the men and women of this MOS play a vital role in military operations.
They're the ones that go out and gather information for officials to make plans on what the military is doing at the time.
As a cavalry scout, you will serve or assist as a member of a scout team, squad, or platoon in reconnaissance, security, and other combat operations. Using cover and concealment to conduct reconnaissance, the cavalry scout gathers vital information for the planning of military missions and the deployment of forces into battle. Cavalry scouts conduct terrain, infrastructure, civilian, and threat analysis, land navigation, and route selection, and provide detailed reports on threat location, capabilities, and movement.
We're the eyes and ears of the force.
Cavalry scouts are qualified in individual and crew-served weapons, such as the 25mm and 50 caliber heavy machine guns, light machine guns, and grenade launchers, in addition to anti-armor weapons. As a crew member, cavalry scouts operate and maintain military vehicles, like the highly mobile multi-wheeled vehicle or Humvee, the Bradley fighting vehicle, and the Stryker.
They're specifically trained on several different types of optics, different tactics, techniques and procedures in order to get the reconnaissance.
Soldiers attend approximately 16 weeks of one-station unit training at the U.S. Army Armor School located at Fort Benning, Georgia, where they become disciplined, fit, and competent cavalry scouts. Whether they're taking part in squad maneuvers, target practice, or tactical training exercises, cavalry scouts are constantly refining their skills to keep themselves sharp. After successful completion of training, soldiers may be assigned to a scout platoon in the operational force as a scout, driver, or gunner.
You have to want to do it, and if you want to do it and you train hard for it, you can do anything you put your mind to.
Becoming a cavalry scout is a rewarding and challenging career choice for qualified soldiers. As a cavalry scout, soldiers may have this opportunity to pursue additional military training in a variety of different areas. Serving in this position, soldiers may also have the opportunity to apply for and earn national certifications and credentials through the Army's Credentialing Opportunities online website, further assisting in the transition from the military to the civilian employment sector.
At a young age, you learn how to take on a lot of responsibilities. Also, you become physically fit, mentally fit, and you learn how to push yourself to limits you didn't know you could reach before.
Discipline, physical and mental stamina, tactical and technical proficiency, and the ability to work as a member of a cohesive team are essential characteristics of a cavalry scout. Earn your Stetson and spurs by continuing a proud tradition as the eyes and ears of the commander on the integrated battlefield. Military Occupational Specialty, Cavalry Scout.
Thank you, Sergeant Major Nelson, for that interview. You know, I got to learn more about the Golden Knights, and I was considering becoming a Golden Knight myself after seeing that interview, but then I realized, I'm too old for this stuff. All right, so I'm ready to get out. No, I'm kidding. This is good stuff. All right, but again, thank you, Sergeant Major. As he's out there Sergeant Majoring for us, he still has time to throw on his hat and his jersey and do our interviews and send them in to us so we can continue our live shows. So thank you, Sergeant Major, for that. Keep it up. Keep sending us interviews. We love it. All right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about bonuses, right? So I want to give you some bonuses that the Army is offering right now at this time, but there's two things I want to talk about before we get into that. First thing is, I'm not here to judge why you enlist into the Army. I am not here to judge. Whatever your reasons are, they're your reasons, all right? But money shouldn't be the only reason why you join. But if it is, so be it. But with that being said, the second thing I want to say is understand that everything I'm talking about now can go away, all right? Bonuses come and go on a daily basis. So what I want you to do is if I say anything that interests you right now, just go into your recruiting office, or first of all, you can go to goarmy.com, www.goarmy.com, and type in bonuses, or just click the bonus link, and everything it'll be updated on what's actually happening at the time that you are clicking on goarmy.com. All right, so just understand everything. Take this with a grain of salt. All right, this is what it is as I'm reading it today. All right, so let's talk about the bonuses. So for the sake of accuracy, I'm going to read them off the paper because I don't want to mess this up. All right, because I need you to get this. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about are the seasonal bonuses. All right, or which we call the quick ship. All right, and the reason why I'm bringing this to you now is the quick ships are usually for the students, people who are, the school year is about to be up, and they're offering it to a lot of the students. And as your school ends, we are offering you these bonuses to ship quickly. Because usually after you enlist, there's a few months where you are still in our Future Soldier Pool program, which is another episode. And so you're in the Army, but you don't ship to basic training for a while. But we have something called Quick Ship where you ship immediately. So let's talk about that. All right. All right. So you can earn up to $16,000 just for shipping to basic training within 30 days of enlistment. All right. Quick Ship. And also, if you ship between 31 and 60 days, you can earn up to $8,000. All right, so this bonus can be combined with other types of bonuses. So in other words, this is not the only bonus that it comes with. You can actually qualify for other bonuses. All right, now we have what's called the Army Reserve Enlistment Bonus. All right, qualified Army Reserve recruits may be eligible for up to $20,000 in bonuses. This bonus can be also combined with other enlistment bonuses. All right, you can mix and match. All right. Now let's talk about this one. I actually learned today. I'm kind of ashamed of myself. I didn't know this prior to today. It's called the Prior Service Enlistment Bonus. I haven't seen this in my time in recruiting. All right. So qualified prior service members at E4 specialists or below may be eligible for up to $20,000 in bonuses. All right. So to qualify, you'll need to enlist into a critical skill military occupational specialty, meaning we have specific MOSs that qualifies for this particular bonus, prior service enlistment bonus. All right. Now let's talk about the 2-year option bonus. 2-year option bonuses, because a lot of our contracts could be up to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, but we have a 2-year option bonus. All right. Agree to serve 2 years in active duty, followed by 2 years in Army Reserve, and you may be qualified for a $5,000 bonus. All right. And it's also you may also qualify for a Quick Ship bonus up to $4,000 in addition to this 2-year bonus. All right, so you can mix and match, like I said earlier. And the Ranger bonuses. Who out there want to be a Ranger? Raise your hand. Not me. No, I'm kidding. I'm too old for this stuff, like I said earlier. Anyway, qualified soldiers may receive a bonus up to $10,000 after completing the Ranger indoctrination program and reporting to their first permanent duty station. So if you qualify to be a Ranger, you do what you got to do to pass that test, you can get this bonus. Ranger bonus. Click that. Check that. All right. 35 Papa, which is a cryptological linguist bonus. All right. Qualified individuals who speak certain foreign languages may receive an enlistment bonus up to $40,000. If you speak the language that we're looking for, I'm talking to you. All right. So it's called the 35P. We call it Papa. 35P cryptological linguist bonus. Check it out. And our last bonus I want to talk about today, there are more bonuses, by the way. This is just some of them. We're not even talking about all the bonuses we have. This is just some. So the last one I want to talk about is the loan repayment program. How many people have college debt? Raise your hand. I see you out there raising your hand. All right, this one is for you. All right, the Army will repay up to $65,000 of your current outstanding student loan debt. I'm going to stay silent for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Let's do this. This is no brainer. All right. So all you people who have college debt, come on down. All right. So requirements for this program may vary. I'm going to repeat that. Requirements for this particular program may vary. So I saw Sergeant Bennett saying that they could pay my college back. All right. So take that with a grain of salt. All right. So that's all we have for today. Let's cut to a break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show. So let's go to a commercial. This is Your Army Now. I'm Sergeant Bennett. stretch of this episode. So what are we gonna talk about? What did we talk about? Let's reiterate. Let's talk about it. We talked about bonuses. All right. I said it once before, first half of the show. Said it again in the middle. I'm gonna say it again at the end. Bonuses come and go. So do job opportunities. What am I talking about? All right. As a recruiter, I've had situations, and a lot of the recruiters out there know what I'm talking about. We have a person who comes in, they have a certain score on their Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery test. They got the score, so we show them the jobs that they qualify for, right? We're the only branch that promises you and guarantees you a job that you pick, but it's based on what's available at the time and what you qualify for. So if you're sitting here next to me and I'm showing you the jobs that you're qualified for, and the jobs pop up and you go, oh, I think I like that job. And then you say, okay, I'm going to put it in. You go, no, wait, let me talk to my mother, which is okay. We understand you have to do that. The next day you come back and say, remember that job you showed me yesterday? I want that job. You open up the job, it's gone. It happens just like that. It can be gone. It may be there still. It all depends on how many people grab that job and that bonus at the time, from the time you first saw it to the time you made your decision. So we don't want to rush you into making any decisions. What we want you to do is do your research before you walk into the office. Once you take your ASVAB test, Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery, you get your score and we show you all the jobs you qualify for. Go home, make a decision, do your research, look at all the videos, come into the office and say, all right, I know what jobs I want. That way you grab it, and you have 7 days from the minute you lock it in to when you go to the MEPS, the Military Entrance Program Center and Processing Center, not Program Center, Processing Center. Anyway, this is a live show, see? And yeah, and then by the time you get to the MEPS, that job will still be there for 7 days from the time you lock it in from your recruiter station to the time you go to MEPS, all right? So we guarantee that, all right, as long as you follow these steps. I've rambled enough. I think I've said enough. So, give us some comments on the comment section below. Give us some ideas. Tell us what you like, the stuff you don't like. We don't want to hear about that. No, I'm kidding. You can tell us those things too. We're here to become better. Help us help you. Help us become better. So I ran out of time. My producer back there is saying, stop talking. You're talking too much. You're rambling. Okay, so this is your Army Now. Sergeant Bennett signing out. Be good to each other. Knowledge of self. 150 ways to become a soldier. Choose one. Salute. This is your Army Now. See you tomorrow or next week.